And welcome to the W Macau Studio City. This is just about a 45-minute bus ride over one of the longest bridges in the world from Hong Kong. This is the newest W hotel in the world, just opening in September. I wanted to check it out, but Macau is basically the Las Vegas of China. Very similar, we have the Eiffel Tower right over here, and at night it lights up incredible. This W sign is also just so spectacular how it glistens in the wind and sparkles. But this is the most modern building architecture of this W hotel. It's insane. We're going to check it out and show you if you're coming to Macau, if this is the hotel you should visit. Let's go. And here we are at the marvelous suite 3617. They had upgraded us to the fantastic suite I had saw, and then at check-in I just asked if this one was possibly available, and it was. They had great service. They just gave us a complimentary upgrade, so I didn't even have to use a nightly upgrade award for this room, so I'm so excited. But this is the marvelous suite and it looks amazing. This room is absolutely incredible. I feel like I'm in Las Vegas, but I'm not. I'm actually in Macau, in China, and they actually have an Eiffel Tower here as well, which I wasn't aware of until we booked this hotel, but it feels like you're in Las Vegas. They have a lot of the same brands here as well, like MGM and Wynn hotels. So you feel like you're getting the vibe, but it just feels a lot more like modern and really cool. This building is literally brand new. It just opened in September, so just a few months old, but beautiful room. I'll show you that in a moment, but first I want to show you when you first walk in, we actually have a bathroom. It's kind of right here on the inside, and it has its own little sink and own little toilet. I love the blue coloring in it, and there's marble on the whole floor, so it's very premium. And then we have this nice walkway heading in with these nice like gold accents on the walls here and the wood ceiling, which is very nice. Now this is a very nice room here. They're not all like this. A lot of the other rooms, they won't have this whole suite area. They're just going to be a lot smaller, but this one is nice because we have this nice seating area, this huge couch, also a table here with 2 seats, and then we have a whole place to store your belongings with the hangers, luggage rack, ironing board, all right over here. So it's a very nice touch. This is a very unique piece here, this marble counter, how it's like black and white, just really unique furniture. It definitely feels very W-y. However, they definitely could have done something better with this like flat white wall back here. It's just completely empty space. They could have made this wood. They could have done a bookshelf here. They could have done a lot more to it, but they went a little bit cheap, and I do notice that. They also went cheap just by putting this here stuck up against the wall. It would be cool like if this was built into the wall, but it just seems a little out of place, this thing here. But this whole back wall definitely could be having done something more with it. But regardless, it's still a beautiful room, beautiful views because it has the floor to ceiling windows, and then we have this really nice light fixture up here. Over here we have a monster sized TV. This is definitely the biggest TV I've ever had in any room. It's basically the length of my arms. So this is awesome if you're sitting here watching the TV. Very cool. This is neat because it says welcome to W Macau Studio City, but it's a great view here because you can actually see this building, which is this one right here, the hotel we're in. And it's just one of the most unique hotels, new hotels in the world. Over here we have the whole coffee bar area. We have an espresso machine, and this is a very high-end espresso machine because on the whole side of it is actually the building that they engraved into the side of the machine, as well as the coffee cups are custom here. They actually have the W Macau building on it, along with a lot of history of the local area. And then down below we have all the cups and snacks for purchase, as well as the drinks for purchase down below. Really cool little trash can here. I love that little design. But I like the wood floors. I like that you have both that and carpeting. The window architecture is very cool as well, because even over here we have this like little corner part of the window because it's that really cool building. but we're also on a higher floor. It's like the 26th floor. But the one thing I will note is we do not have automatic curtains. They're all manual curtains, both in here and the bedrooms, which just means they actually went really cheap, especially for a brand new W luxury hotel. I would never allow them to normally have pull curtains, so that's a little bit saddening for that. But regardless, it's still a beautiful room. I don't mind closing the curtains. It's a nice luxury to have. And pretty much every new modern luxury hotel I've been to lately, they all have the buttons that close the curtains. So that's a little bit interesting. Now heading over here, we do have a divider here to separate, because this is now the master bedroom and the master bathroom. So we have a door there, and then you have another door here that also separates the bathroom area. I want to show you the bathroom first, and then I'll show you the bedroom. But the bathroom is very nice. We have all tiling and the marble on the floor, and it goes all the way up to the ceiling, so that's great. There's no just flat white walls. And here we have the toilet area, very nice size, and then over here we have the shower. It's very nice. It's a little bit better than plastic shower doors. This part is a little bit cheap, but the door, because it's so thick, makes up for it, so that's fine. Some of the other W hotels I've been to, it's just like only this material and they don't have this, and it just feels very cheap. This one does not, it feels very premium. Then we have a huge soaking tub. Not the biggest one I've seen, but it's plenty big enough, and it has really, really cool colors. I like the red accents and all the marbling. We do have the robes. Robes I highly approve of. These are beautiful robes. They say W on them, and they're so thick and so soft. These, on my whole trip, these are the most comfortable robes out of all the hotels we were at in Bali and Jakarta. This one is by far the best. That is so thick, just the perfect robe that I look for. Over here we have the vanity with the two sinks. These are kind of cool with the circles. We have the Skin Regimen Skincare, which is the brand for W, and the Momo soaps in the shower. They're really cool. This is nice, just modern, clean. Definitely approve of the bathroom. Beautiful. All right, now here we are in the master bedroom. We have a whole nother closet space. We have a closet over there and a closet here with another one of those really plush, thick robes, which is awesome. Plenty of closet space over here. All right, and then down below here we have the slippers. Also highly approve. These are also the softest slippers we've had on this trip. They're so plush and thick. Also the best slippers we've had out of all 7 Bali hotels and the Park Hyatt Jakarta. These by far destroy all those other hotels. Approve of slippers and robes. So this hotel definitely has downsides that the other hotels don't have, but yet they make up for it with like the robes and slippers. That is awesome. Really cool mirror feature here, how they did this, but at nighttime with the reflection here looking out, we have another view here of this Eiffel Tower, just gorgeous. Now around the corner here, this kind of wraps around. It's a unique kind of design. This is in the middle, and then here's the beautiful bed, king bed. All the suites here only have king beds, and it's a very interesting design. It's like a whole flower arrangement above the bed. I assume that has to do something with Macau and their history. I love these pendant lights, how they hang from the ceiling, just so beautiful. Really nice nightstand here with the phone, the notepad, and then you have the whole control panel here so you can control the lights with the USB port and plug right by the bed, which is great. A lot of hotels recently have been lacking those, but it's very important to have that. Alarm clock on this side, and this does have a Bluetooth button, so you can connect your phone to play music, which is something I'm also starting to look for as well. Manual curtains in here. You have a little chair to kind of look at the view, but a lot of space. They definitely probably could have utilized this space a little bit more. It's just a little bit empty feeling, but here's the huge Studio City building, so a lot of the rooms just have a view of this or the Eiffel Tower. This is their only room that has a view of both, is the Marvelous Suite. So it's such a privilege to get to stay here. But just gorgeous view, amazing room, and really nice. I also like how you have the hardwood floor here, and then you have the carpeting by the bed. The other thing, if they really wanted to take it up a level, is have an ottoman here in front of the bed. That usually separates a lot of luxury hotels from others. And then also they could have done something with this flat white wall back here. This is very ugly. They could have done really cool artwork or wood paneling, or kept that wood design over here. There's so much you can do with these empty spaces, but yet they just left it like a flat white wall, and I don't really like that. But again, the room, I can't really take too much points off because it's just gorgeous. Amazing view, slippers, robes, spacious. They gave us an amazing upgrade, so grateful for that. But I'm excited to check out the rest of the hotel and show you the W Macau Studio City here. And if you're planning a trip to China or looking for a vacation spot, why you might want to choose to stay here. Let's check it out. Our journey to W Macau Studio City started in Hong Kong. where we caught one of the cross-border shuttle buses that connects the city to Macau via the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the longest sea crossing bridge in the world. The entire transfer was surprisingly smooth. After clearing immigration, we boarded a comfortable air-conditioned coach bound for the Cotai Strip. The ride took just over an hour, though depending on traffic and border familiarities, it can vary slightly. Still, it's a convenient and scenic way to mark the journey, especially if you're not flying directly to Macau. Crossing the iconic bridge is wild to think we're gliding across the Pearl River Delta on a man-made marvel, watching the city's skyline of Hong Kong give way to the glitz of Macau. Now, you can also take the boat, which we did exiting the city, so that is also an option. Here we are arriving in Macau. We did get a taxi from the station where the bus terminal is, where it drops you off. Keep in mind you will need cash to get a taxi, so I highly recommend exchanging in advance while you're in Hong Kong for either Hong Kong dollars or the currency in Macau. Either one is accepted. Here we were at the beautiful W Hotel. We felt like we were in Las Vegas, but it's just so surreal and weird because no one really knows about this place in the US. So to be here was truly something special. It seemed fake. It's amazing how they build these incredible properties over here, and yet hardly anyone in the US, I feel like, knows about them. But it's an incredible city, and the hotels are all really spectacular, and they actually have a lot of different Marriott properties in the city, ranging from even a luxury St. Regis, Ritz-Carlton, but I chose the W because it was the newest, and it just seemed the most modern, so that's why we decided to stay here. If we were here more time, I definitely would have liked to try some of the other properties, especially the JW Marriott and the Ritz-Carlton in St. Regis. Here we are at the arrival entrance to the property, and you're just surrounded by all the incredible buildings that mimic the buildings of Las Vegas. All the different lighting details in this building is very special. It's part of the Studio City Complex, a brand new development here in Macau that not only consists of these two towers, but a shopping mall and eventually a little water park that they are still building, and it's under construction. The property is both stunning during the night and during the day. Arrival experience could be improved. There just was not enough staff out front. They could have definitely come out sooner. The only thing here is it can get pretty crowded because they actually have 557 rooms and suites. So it's about 430 guest rooms and about 127 suites. So this is a very large-scale hotel. So the lobby can get pretty crowded. It's a stand-up check-in, and it's kind of in and out because they want to kind of keep you moving, and I totally understand. For elite members, Platinum and higher, they did give us 2 complimentary drink vouchers to use here in the living room, which is one of their restaurants directly next to reception. It's beautiful, stunning, plenty of nice seating areas. They not only have drinks, but they have light bites to purchase as well. It actually goes pretty far back here past the bar. We have a whole nother nice lounge and seating area. It just seemed a tiny bit on the darker side during the evening, but sometimes they have a live DJ. And then here's the complimentary drinks we got. It came with a couple little chips. The living room is both open during the day and the evening. There also is very nice lobby bathroom. Now, the lobby is very unique as there's a lot of sense of a movement. It actually has a lot of LED lights, and some of them curve, and it mimics Studio City's cinematic DNA, almost like walking into a futuristic movie set where every surface catches the light just right. Very unique public space here. And then right over here, we have the elevators behind the check-in desk to take you up to the room. The elevator bay and elevators are pretty modern with the really cool lighting. I don't remember having to wait too long to head on up. The rooms start at entry level about 37 square meters and go all the way up to 258 square meters, which is the iconic Extreme Wow Suite. I unfortunately did not get to view any other rooms on this trip, only our room that we had. Now, here in the W Macau, they draw the inspiration for the design from their seafaring heritage and also the 1950s Hollywood glamour, which was brought to light here through mirrored ceilings, mood lighting, and custom headboards, as well as retro futuristic color schemes. So it's just very Vegas-y and unique designs. They have the same key cards as every other W hotel in the world that I've ever stayed at. The first bathroom here when you walk in, I will be honest, it was a little bit dark and it is hard to see in that mirror. Same thing with the other bathroom, and I found that at a lot of W hotels, but otherwise the design is unique. Definitely they could have done something more with those flat walls, but overall it was comfortable and very spacious, and very thankful for the upgrade. The other bathroom here, again, I wish the lighting was just a little bit better, but it's kind of like in here. I wish that they had built the bathroom with a bathtub looking out at like the Cotai Strip with a view. You don't have any view at all from the bathtub in this room. Rooms are also unique that they offer a Bluetooth sound system, so you can connect your own playlist to the TV and play it through the speakers in the room, which is awesome. Now here we are at the Hawker restaurant. This is where breakfast is served. It's actually a very nice space, but because of how many rooms the hotel has and how big the hotel is, it can feel pretty crowded pretty quick. The design itself is beautiful, and the buffet was spectacular. They had all the different food options available. I was very surprised that Macau had this many options. But again, during the time we were here for breakfast, it wasn't even, I think, a special occasion or anything. It was just very crowded, so just a lot of people. So I definitely recommend going early. If you go kind of right when they open, within that first hour, you're going to pretty much have the place to yourself. So otherwise, if you wait towards the last hour or so when they close, that's when everyone else is there. But the buffet goes on and on. They have just a ton of different options. I don't remember everything they have, so I have these videos that you can look at. But they did have like just something for everyone. We had no complaints with breakfast. Service was good. They'll make you unlimited cappuccinos, anything you want. And then as well for Platinum Elite, Titanium Elite, and Ambassador Elite members with Marriott, you do get 2 complimentary breakfasts per day, which included everything in the buffet, which is awesome. So you can really fill up and have your options of everything. Hawker is inspired by Macau's buzzing street food markets. So they have live cooking stations, bold flavors, and items from all over the world. Here you can enjoy everything from local like congee and dim sum breakfast to even international comfort food, sometimes with a local twist. There's even a fun menu with drinks and things, and for teas and desserts later on in the day. This is their all-day restaurant, so they also do have lunch and dinner. I loved the interior design work, the lighting fixtures. Everything was extremely unique. Next up is the Blind Tiger, the hotel's signature rooftop bar, and it's easily one of the coolest spaces in the building. The bar itself is styled with dark wood, bottled displays, and some 1920s Shanghai speakeasy vibes. But then you've got the open terrace with panoramic views over Cotai. I did not have a chance to see the terrace, but I was able to see the rest of the inside area. They focus a lot on whiskeys, aged rums, Japanese bottles, and it's kind of like very moody, a little bit on the darker side, but the interior decorations and design are stunning. And it also has really excellent views, kind of looking out here at the Studio City complex. As you can see, it's still under kind of construction there. As we continue around, there's different lounging areas. The property also does come alive at night. So this is kind of when it's definitely more popular of a place. It's actually more of an evening kind of restaurant. So in the evening, it's definitely a lot more popping with people. It's a little bit more of the vibe. The property also has the sound suite, which the W hotels are known for, where artists can come and basically conduct their music and experiment. The DIVA restaurant is their Chinese restaurant. Now, this one is my favorite restaurant. We didn't get a chance to eat here, but the interior design work here was my favorite out of all of the spaces. It's just stunning how they did the seating, the floor-to-ceiling windows, the lighting in the ceiling. It's very simplistic, and it seems extremely modern. If we come back, I would definitely love to eat here. DIVA is located on the 40th floor, and the space is truly gorgeous. The menu is all refined Cantonese, beautifully placed, and surprisingly very creative. You'll find classics like roast duck, crab, but they play with textures and presentations in a way that makes it feel fresh. Next up, we have the spa, fitness center, and pool facilities. These are like located on their own level. And the spa is nice. I was not able to see any of the treatment rooms, but here's kind of like going into the reception area for the spa. It seemed very nice, modern, and elegant. The property does have a very nice fitness center equipped with all kinds of equipment. It has a very modern entrance with the sliding door. Just tap your room key and you'll get in. I love the presentation. They had the towels, water, and really cool lighting fixtures. An ultra modern gym. It had treadmills along the windows. Now, it is not the best view because it's kind of on a lower floor, but they have a lot of free weights. They have all the other equipment, aerobic equipment, and plenty here for such a large hotel, as there are over the 500 rooms or so. The property does also have the Nespresso machine here in the gym. I've never seen that before. Here is the men's locker room. Very sophisticated. I really liked it. Very clean, modern, plenty of lockers for everyone. Although if the hotel is full, I feel like this place could feel pretty crowded. But they have plenty of showers, all very modernly designed with those Momo bath soaps. They even give you slides here to wear, which I like. And then here's the pool facility. The pool is very cool. You kind of walk through that little water to, I guess, cleanse your feet before you enter. The pool was never that crowded, but it definitely has a very nice view. It is located inside. It also has a hot tub here, which is great. I love it when hotels have hot tubs. Every luxury hotel, in my opinion, should have a hot tub, and it does have an action view. Service was great. There was always a pool attendant. It also is open towards the evening, not super late, but it's just kind of nice that you can go here during the day or night. They have additional showers in the pool area. They also have a steam room and a sauna available to all guests, which is located just to the left of the hot tub there, which I so appreciate. I love it when every luxury hotel should have a pool, sauna, steam room, and hot tub available to all guests. So this is just excellent. And whether you're here during the day or the night, the city lights outside or the views of the city during the day are spectacular. They have a lot of loungers. The only thing here is it's all inside, so you don't have any natural sunlight to get tan or to tan on any of the beds, but it's still a very nice space. Now, from the lobby, it's a short stroll directly into the Studio City Mall. And if you've never been, it's really unique. Now, the mall's aesthetic is a mashup of classic Hollywood glitz and futuristic luxury. They have chandeliers hanging from impossibly tall ceilings. They have dramatic escalators flanked by mirrored walls, gold accents just about everywhere you look. This is like kind of like the Hollywood area. They also have like a New York area. It's just kind of very Vegas-y themed. They also have a food court here, so if you don't want to eat at the hotel, you can come here to the food court. It was a very interesting experience because it's mostly, I feel like, local Chinese people, and a lot of them don't all speak English, so it's just a little bit awkward. Also, the food is very different, so I do recommend eating at the hotel if you can. Now, from the hotel, you can walk out to the main Studio City complex here. It is so surreal. You walk out, it almost felt like fake because there were people out and about, but it's just like you're in Vegas, but you're not. You're in China. So it's just very unique. You can see the beautiful W building there. And then you have basically, this is called the Cotai Strip, which has like a replica of the Eiffel Tower there. They tried to model it very similar to Vegas. So as you walk, you just see all the incredible buildings and sights. The W is definitely one of the better hotels with good views of the Strip because we could see just the most iconic buildings from our room. But it's very clean and a nice area. Right here below the W Hotel, they also do have like a garage area for parking, which also just seemed really unique. You can also walk under this underground tunnel to access the hotel in a little bit of a quicker fashion. Now, I went on a run the next morning with my friend, and we got to see the area a lot more clear. So these are just some clips from the run. But yes, they have like the Italy section here with the water. It literally feels just like Vegas, and it's crazy that it's not in Vegas, but yes. So if you're going to Hong Kong again, it's a very simple and easy trip to just go across the bridge and experience Macau. And it's definitely becoming more of a tourist city as new hotels are opening all the time. Even with Marriott, there's a new luxury collection. Here is kind of inside the Londoner, and then here is just the St. Regis London, which I did not have a chance to go to, but I just want to show you real quick because this St. Regis really blew my mind. It's extremely luxurious. The only problem is they have taken away the elite benefit for breakfast, which is very unfortunate in recent months. But overall, an incredible stay in Macau. All right, now for the review of the W Macau. So to start, the room is going to get a 4.5 out of 5. The rooms are very nice, but what I've noticed with a lot of the new luxury W hotels is they're going a little bit more cheap on the rooms. They're not as extravagant as a lot of other luxury hotels. A lot of flat white walls, just feels a lot of like empty space. They definitely could have done something more, automatic curtains. They definitely went a little bit cheaper, and you can definitely tell. Next up is inspiration. Overall, this hotel, we're gonna give a 4.5 out of 5, and that's just because it's high in inspiration, mostly because of this incredible view, as well as it's a very modern hotel, but it definitely isn't like over the top, and mostly because of the room design. Next up is gonna be service. Service is gonna get 5 out of 5. Everyone's been very friendly. The one improvement could be the arrival area, as there's people there, but they weren't there when we arrived right away. They came out, but definitely could be improved, but breakfast was fantastic. Service requests have been very quickly delivered, and everything else was service. We were escorted to the room. Check-in was great with an upgrade, so very good on service. Finally, value, would I return and would I recommend this hotel? That's gonna get a 4 out of 5, just because if I come back to Macau or China, I'm not gonna probably stay here again. Once is enough. The rooms are nice, but they're not that extravagant, and this view, it's great, but there's also a lot of other hotels in Macau that also have incredible views that I'd wanna check out. If you're planning to stay here, it's not that expensive. It's around $180 to $200 per night. You also can redeem your Marriott Bonvoy points, but in my opinion, it's better to pay the cash rate. But you can check the Marriott website for the current points redemption. See you in the next review. Be sure to subscribe because you won't want to miss the next hotel, as it may be a perfect score.